Man, that is so good. When you try it, you'll know what I mean. Howdy folks, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Stuart, this is Texas Cooking Today, and today it's about French toast. Now yesterday, I did an unboxing video for a company called Wild Grains. It's a company that I've started an affiliate agreement with. What that means is that I'm in some ways promoting them. Like today, I'm going to use their sourdough bread, okay? So need to say that. That's all that legal disclaimer stuff. But at the same time, I think you deserve to know. Wild Grains, man, good products. We had their sourdough bread last night and so good tasting. And I knew when I got this box from them, they sent me a box to unwrap and show to everybody. I knew when I got this that I was going to want to make a lot of different recipes that would work with those products in that box. So this is one of the products. It's their sourdough bread. It's a slow fermented sourdough that is absolutely delicious. And we're going to be making a French toast with that. I'm going to be kicking it up a notch in a special way, and you're going to love what I'm about to do. So folks, come over. This is simple ingredients, delicious flavors, and once you try it, you might have a whole new recipe that you want to use on a regular basis. Come on over. So the ingredients I'm going to be using today, very simple, and it's very specific also. I want to start back here. Ladies and gentlemen, when you want to put syrup onto French toast or pancakes, please, if you've never had real maple syrup, and I'm talking about from the trees, not the stuff that's corn sugar that's flavored. If you've never had real maple syrup, buy one bottle of it, okay? Try it at least once. Remember, you're going to be using about half as much of that real maple as you do the cheap fake imitation. Now, if you'll notice back here, I have a Frappuccino, and it's not just to have with the French toast, okay? I love those things, they're great. However, we are going to use this as a substitute for milk with the eggs in our batter, okay? Very easy. Sourdough bread. Now this is a wonderful sourdough bread that has been long fermented, and it is really, really good tasting. This was produced by the Wild Grain Company, and so we're going to use this. I'll be cutting it up and making this special recipe with this, and that way we've got something wonderful. Now, if you've never had this company and you want to try it, do so. There's a link in my description box. If you can't do this, or you've already got sourdough that you want to use, then use that and make this recipe with it. Folks, this is delicious, easy to do. We're going to get on with it now. As far as quantities, I'll be putting all that information towards the end of the video, so take a look for that. Now let's get on with making. I've gone ahead and broken my eggs, and I broke one yolk doing it. Not a big deal, all right? Now, if you ever wonder why I break my eggs into a separate bowl, well, folks, if one of those eggs is bad, then, you know, and usually I'll do them one at a time, then you can just toss it right on out. So that's how you keep from messing up an entire batch of something, is by cracking one egg at a time into a bowl, then throwing it into your mixing bowl. Now, I do it like that so you can see the product a little easier. And that's for the video, okay? So what I have here is a coffee flavored Frappuccino. Now, your ratio whenever you're making French toast is about 1/4 of a cup of milk to every egg, okay? So what we're gonna do is put in the equivalent of 3/4 of a cup of milk. Now, I'm looking at the side of the bottle, and that wasn't quite 3/4 of a cup. There we go. That's beautiful. In this case, if I want to give it a little pinch of salt, I can do that. So what I have here is a wonderful egg batter, and this is the batter that we use for making French toast. Now, I know this one's a little different because I used a Frappuccino in it instead of milk. Regardless, it is the same base recipe. So this I'll set aside, get this bread sliced. Now I don't want an overly thick slice on this. About what you would see on most store brand breads is about what I'm looking for, which is a 1/2 inch thick slice. Now, if it seems like that's a little tough to cut, well, it is. This is sourdough and it's quite crusty. Great flavor though. I had some of this yesterday and just about lost my mind. And I thought all the different wonderful things I could make with this bread. So off and running with it. I'm going to take these and get them dunked now, and we're off and making our French toast, all right? But first, we've got to heat that pan and do it in just the right way. All right, get some fire under my pan here. Now folks, something I want to mention about heating a pan to do something like this. If you turn the burner on after you put the food in there, the food's most likely going to stick, all right? And the best way to get pancakes and French toast and things like that to act the way they're supposed to is to have the pan at the right temperature. How do you know what that is? Well, I've always done, since I was a young boy, my mother taught me this, and she learned it in France, all right? We do the water test. Throw a little bit of water down in the pan. When the water sizzles off, pan isn't hot enough. We need to keep heating it until that water will just beat up and kind of skate around in there. That's when I have that nice hot temperature that will give me good searing. It'll help set up the it'll help set this up so that it becomes firm. It's what we call a custard. So we want that custard to set up nice, and the way to do that is with the right heat. All right, so we do the water test. I'll show that to you in just a moment. That's about it. From here on out, it's just a matter of being patient, waiting for this to get hot enough, and when it is, that's when we dunk our bread, saturate it well in the batter, and then get it into the pan and start cooking, all right? That simple. Okay, folks, a little water. Now looky there, you see how that water just sizzled off quickly? That isn't quite where we need it. I need that pan hot, all right? So I need it so that that water dances around in there. It needs to heat for just a couple more minutes. This is a really thick base on this pan. It's a commercial pan. So it takes me a minute to get it warm. Okay, let's test that again. Now looky here. Look at this condition. See how that water is beating up and skating? That is a pan that'll give us a good sear, or in this case, good caramelization and good activity on our French toast. Now, never throw any oil or anything if there's still water in there, okay? Make sure you dry it out. All right, so let's soak the bread. This is one of those games where it needs to be in there for a little bit. You know, French toast is really good, but sourdough is kind of dense, and it's going to take it just a minute to take in the right amount of batter. I think I got it on that piece. There we go, right there. I'm just letting some of the excess run off the outside. What's on the inside is what matters. So here's the thing, don't be in a big rush to mess with this, all right? You want to go ahead and get it thoroughly cooked and nice and brown before you attempt to turn it over. So you can hear a little sizzling going on, and that little bit of sizzling is telling you, you know, there's still a lot of cooking activity happening on that bottom, and we're looking for some browning activity happening on it. There we go. A little bit of pullback, but not bad, all right? So there you have it, folks. This is French toast. Looking beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at that other side. It's coming along. So the sizzling noises have almost completely disappeared, and that's what I'm looking for. And that's that finishing the cook. It'll get a little bit firm, although it should have been really soft in the middle originally, which it was. Like right here, still a little tender. That firming up is just us cooking out some of the moisture and getting the that custard to set up. A little browning on the outside is always nice. See there? That's what we're looking for. Very simple. I'm about to plate this up. We're going to enjoy some tasty stuff. All right. The quantity of everything that you're going to want to use when it comes to this recipe, well folks, when it comes to making French toast, it's pretty basic, okay? For every 1 to 2 slices, you're going to use 1 to 2 eggs, okay? Now, when it runs into a whole lot of slices, that ratio changes just a little bit. But you can reasonably get 3 slices of bread off of 2 eggs and an equal amount of milk, or in this case, Frappuccino. So what we do is each egg is considered to be 1/4 of a cup in volume. 3 eggs would be 3/4 of a cup, and the same thing here, 3/4 of a cup on your milk or your Frappuccino. That's all there is to it, and remember, it's all relative. It's relative to the thickness of the slices and the overall size of the bread. If it's a really big piece of bread, naturally it's going to take more egg. Oh, yay. Now, as I mentioned before, if you've never done real maple syrup, well, ladies and gentlemen, now's the time. It is absolutely incredible, all right? And that fake stuff, no, it doesn't taste the same. I don't care what anybody told you. It is in no way the same as the real thing, okay? So give that a try. You're going to love it. Now, I just got to taste this and tell you what I think. Boy, I've been looking forward to this. You know, those edges are going to be a little harder to cut. Well, why? Because it was that real super crusty sourdough. Oh, man. You want something special? Try this recipe. Man, I knew this was going to be a good idea. I'm sure you're going to agree once you taste it. Do me a favor. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, click the like button, drop a comment down below. Remember when you subscribe to click the bell so you get notifications. Folks, thank you very much for watching this. Please enjoy your French toast. I will be enjoying mine. Also, if you're interested in this sourdough, there is a link in my description box. That link will take you straight there for their subscription. And if you'd sign up using that link, then I'm going to get a commission. So you're helping me out as well as trying something that's really worth your time. Please enjoy it. I certainly will be. And folks, y'all have a good day, okay? Bye-bye. Heck yeah.